ways because it depends on the nature of the equation whether or not you would want to distribute, right? So if I take that 1/2 and distribute it to each term, kind of works out nicely here because the two numbers inside the binomial are even, and when you multiply by 1/2, you're gonna get clean numbers. So we're looking at 2x minus 1 is equal to 2/3. So then I'd look to add 1 to both sides. And so I'd get as a result 2x equals 1 plus 2/3. In your header in your calculator, that's going to be 5/3. Then I want to get x alone. If I'm going to divide by 2, one way to handle that would be to divide by 2, obviously, but the other way would be to multiply both sides by 1/2. That cancels the 2 on the left, leaving you with just an x, and on the right, it makes it multiplication friendly. So I'm looking at 5/6 as the final answer. All right, so that's one way to handle it. Another way to handle it would be to just divide out that 1/2 initially. So I'll take you through that approach also. So we have 1/2 4x minus 2 equals 2/3. Now dividing by a fraction, I don't know that I want to do that. Instead, I'll multiply by the reciprocal, multiply by 2. So multiply by 2, that's going to cancel on the left, leaving me with just a 4x. I don't need the parentheses. It's going to leave me with 4x minus 2. On the right, I can look at 2 as 2 over 1 and multiply across, not cross multiply, but multiply across, and you get 4/3. At this point, you have a linear equation, but it's not as simple as the previous one, but I wouldn't say it's like 100 times harder. It's just a little bit more complicated. And in fact, it's really just the unreduced form of the one that we did previously. So we're looking at 4x is equal to, in your header in your calculator, you're going to get 10/3. I want to divide by 4, that's the same as multiplying by 1/4. And so x is going to be equal to, multiply across, 10/12, which reduces down to 5/6. All right, a lot of the problems are going to be along these lines where that first decision is going to kind of determine for you whether you're going to have an easier time with it or a more challenging time with it. So definitely take a minute in the beginning of a problem, or even like 10 seconds in the beginning of a problem, and think a couple of steps through like a game of chess, and see where it's going to take you, and then make a decision on which path you're going to follow.